Good evening, friends. Welcome to the SuperLarz vlog. Today is episode 17 and we are headed back to Belmont Park. It looks like it's actually open today, so I'm inviting you to join along on the adventure. So buckle up, strap in, and let's go. Belmont Park was celebrating its 100th anniversary last year. It's actually 101 years this year. More so the age of the roller coaster that the park is built around than the actual park itself. We can see the coaster climbing the first lift hill, full of a bunch of folks looking to have some fun, and they are going to have themselves a bumpy good time. Belmont Park is a small seaside amusement park in Mission Beach, California. It originally opened in 1925 as the Mission Beach Amusement Center. The big attraction at Belmont Park is the Giant Dipper roller coaster, which has been in operation for a little bit over 100 years. Would you look at that, friends? Belmont Park is open today. I guess I should clarify, the Giant Dipper has not been in operation for 101 years. It originally opened 101 years ago. There have been long periods of time where it has actually been closed. At one point, I think there was a fire. At one point, it just fell into such disrepair, it was not able to be operated, and it turned into a homeless encampment, from what I understand. But it has been open for several years now. It was just retracked last year, so it's a little bit smoother, but it is still a very bumpy ride. The Giant Dipper requires 8 tickets or a wristband to ride. Being an older park that is actually free to walk in or walk through, most of the rides here operate with tickets, or you can buy a day pass or wristband or annual pass, but they still operate on tickets here, and entry into the park itself is actually free. Most of the rides are geared towards younger children, but they do have some more extreme rides. This one right here looks to be a temporary installation. This wasn't here a couple weeks ago, so I don't think this is a permanent addition here. Looks like it may be just here for the summer. This looks like a little bit more of a carnival ride. Like any good amusement park or seaside amusement park, Belmont Park has a carousel. This is a smaller carousel. It's actually not as old as you would think. I think it's probably less than 30 years old, but it does have that classic look and certainly looks like it could be a lot older than it actually is. This little ride here called Mic Drop also looks to be a temporary installation, probably for the summer. It is definitely geared towards smaller people, younger people, but it does look to be a little bit violent, so definitely a good way to start to prepare for like Supreme Scream at Knott's or the Tower of Terror. Or the Midway at Belmont Park has all of the normal carnival games you'd expect. Baseballs, knocking down things, and throwing darts. The Tilt-A-Whirl here is themed after ice cream cones, so Tilt-A-Whirl of ice cream. Another one of the more extreme rides for little kids is the Dip and Dive. It's this yellow submarine ride circling behind you. Always a good time. I remember when I was little, the boardwalk amusement parks would have like these very tame boat rides where you would just go in a circle. Kids these days get the Wave Rider, where they get to bounce up and down as they go around. And it is as good a time as ever to make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you had a seaside amusement park that you like to go to when you were younger. In the foreground, you can see a little NASCAR ride where kids can practice their skills driving in a circle if they want to be a future NASCAR driver. And then we see the sky ropes in the background. That looks to be a combination of like an obstacle course and some zip lines, and actually looks like a lot of fun. This one definitely looks to be a little bit more extreme, something for some of the older kids. It's called the Beach Blaster, and it looks like something that we saw. And I'm not sure if you can hear the screams, but it sounds like someone's really enjoying themselves. In addition to the rides and other attractions, Belmont Park also has things like escape rooms, laser tag, laser mazes, arcades, all on a very small footprint. So there's actually a lot packed into this small park. It looks like the escape room has 5 different games, so a couple different options for you and your friends if you're looking for a challenge. Here towards the back of Belmont Park, there appears to be another spinning flat ride. This one looks like the old Gravitron, just completely outdoors. And then behind that, you do have mini golf, and we can see that rope obstacle course again. And this area of the park is sponsored by Dole, and so that means that there are probably Dole Whips close by. And there it is, the Dole Whip stand. At some point in time, bumper car courses all turned into one-way circles to prevent head-on collisions. But the bumper cars here, that is not the case. There are a couple obstacles there in the middle of the track. Whole support beams holding up the ceiling or the roof, but it looks like you can go any which way you want. And bumper cars are always a good time. I mentioned that there are other activities such as laser tag, but there is also zip lines and then the rock climbing. The arcade has most of the types of games that you would expect in 2026. It has skee-ball, air hockey, a lot of claw machines, some Mario Kart. You've got Space Invaders and Pac-Man. So it has a good selection. It's not a huge building. It also has a lot of the somewhat gambling things like the penny drops and other ways to win some overpriced prizes. Never forget about the claw machines, tucked back into the corner across from the laser tag. And over in this building behind the rock climbing wall is a pool called the Plunge. It is open to the public. There is a fee to get in, and it is not open all day every day because it is also part of the Fit Athletic Club. You guys can see the Fit Athletic Club behind me. When Fit Athletic Club opened up here, they actually refurbished the Plunge, the pool that we just walked by, that had fallen into disrepair for many, many years. Over near the zip line starting point with the laser maze. Not sure how that differs from laser tag, as I have never done either of those activities at Belmont Park, but if we ever do go on those adventures, we'll definitely bring you along. Let's face it, the real reason why we come to Belmont Park is for the snacks. They have just about everything you could want, from ice cream to churros, exotic candies. They have multiple candy stores. You get a hot dog on a stick, or just behind that you can get a Dippin' Dots. Other snacks like popcorn, more churros, margaritas. One of the big tragedies in the snack world here at Belmont Park was where this Friday currently is. It used to be a beaver tail, which if you've never had is a Canadian delicacy. It is actually one of the best snacks you've never had. I forget if it happened during COVID or after, but Beaver Tails unfortunately closed up shop. And so now Friday is next to the other ice cream shop. From where we walked in Belmont Park, right next to the Giant Dipper, over to the other side, it's actually a very small footprint. So let's do a quick time lapse and walk around the park in super speed. One thing that Belmont Park has that most other amusement parks don't have, and I guess most seaside amusement parks do have, is direct access to the beach. Just a few steps away from the park itself is the ocean. Last week we did a longer tour of the Mission Beach Boardwalk, checked out some houses. If you go just past where we went last week, that's where Belmont Park is. Right along the beach, right along the ocean, right along the boardwalk. Alongside the boardwalk here, facing the ocean, there are some eateries. You got Draft, which is kind of American style cuisine and gastropub type place. Then there's a taco stand. Got a Wetzel's Pretzels and a panini stand. And if the other two ice cream shops in Belmont Park weren't enough, we got yet another ice cream store. And while we're still on our quest to get that Rita's, hopefully on Saturday, today, we're gonna have to settle for another shave ice. Well, friends, we finally made it to Belmont Park. That's gonna do it for today's episode. I appreciate everyone stopping by and hanging out. Episode 17 is in the books. Not sure where we're going to go for episode 18 yet, so tune in tomorrow and find out. And we'll catch you guys next time.